Have you ever wondered what really happens to your body if you eat eggs every single day? Will it clog your arteries or actually boost your heart health? Could those golden yolks be silently raising your cholesterol, or are they the secret to feeling full and losing weight? And what about your brain? Could eating eggs daily sharpen your memory or put your health at risk? Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might change the way you look at this breakfast staple forever. As a doctor with over 20 years of experience in healthcare, I've seen countless patients walk into my clinic, eyes filled with concern, clutching their health check results, whispering the same question almost every single time: "Doctor, should I stop eating eggs?" It's a question that haunts breakfast tables around the world. Because somewhere along the way, this simple, humble egg, a symbol of life, growth, and nourishment, became the center of one of the most heated nutritional debates in modern health. The fear is understandable. Eggs, particularly their rich golden yolks, are packed with cholesterol, a word that instantly triggers alarm bells in anyone who cares about their heart and blood vessels. For decades, cholesterol has been painted as the villain, the invisible killer that quietly builds up in your arteries, leading to heart attacks, strokes, and life-threatening cardiovascular diseases. And so, many people, worried about their blood fat levels, made a painful decision. They gave up eggs. They pushed aside the sunny side up they once loved, skipped the boiled egg in their salad, and turned breakfast into something far less satisfying, all because they were told that eggs could harm their heart. But is it truly that simple? Is cholesterol really the enemy? And are eggs genuinely dangerous for your health? Here's where the controversy gets complicated, and where science begins to challenge what we thought we knew. Yes, it's true. One large egg contains about 200 milligrams of cholesterol, concentrated mostly in the yolk. That's a significant amount, especially when older dietary guidelines once recommended limiting cholesterol intake to no more than 300 milligrams per day. For many, this meant that just one egg could nearly max out their cholesterol budget for the entire day. But what if I told you that dietary cholesterol, the cholesterol you eat, doesn't necessarily translate into blood cholesterol, the kind that builds up in your arteries? In recent years, numerous studies have revealed something surprising. For the majority of healthy people, eating eggs does not significantly raise their levels of harmful LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that can damage blood vessels. Instead, eggs seem to raise levels of HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol that helps clean up excess fats from your bloodstream and protects your heart. In fact, HDL is like your body's natural cleaning crew. It acts as a scavenger, picking up excess cholesterol from your arteries and transporting it back to the liver to be broken down and removed from your body. Higher levels of HDL are linked to a lower risk of heart disease and stroke. So when studies show that eating eggs increases HDL, it's not just harmless, it might actually be beneficial. And yet, despite this growing body of evidence, the fear remains. Why? Because health concerns are not always logical, they're emotional. We're scared of what we can't see. High cholesterol is a silent threat. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't show on your skin, and often by the time symptoms appear, it's too late. That fear drives us to make drastic choices, like cutting out eggs, just to feel like we're in control of our health. But that's not the whole picture. Beyond cholesterol, eggs are a nutritional powerhouse. Inside that delicate shell lies a treasure trove of essential nutrients: vitamin D, B12, selenium, choline, crucial for your brain, your nerves, your muscles, and even your mood. Choline, in particular, is vital for memory and brain function, yet many people don't get enough of it in their daily diet. Isn't it ironic? In trying to protect our hearts, we sometimes rob our brains of what they need most. Of course, this doesn't mean that everyone can or should eat unlimited eggs. For people with specific health conditions, those with familial hypercholesterolem, advanced diabetes, or existing heart disease, moderation is essential. In those cases, dietary cholesterol may have a stronger impact on blood cholesterol, and caution is warranted. But for the average, healthy person, the evidence is increasingly clear. Eggs are not the enemy. The fear that once surrounded them is starting to fade, replaced by a more nuanced understanding of how our bodies process cholesterol and what truly drives heart disease. The real culprits, a diet high in trans fats, processed foods, sugar, and refined carbs, not the egg sitting on your breakfast plate. And so, I ask you this: how many years have you avoided eggs out of fear? How many mornings have you deprived yourself of their rich taste, their satisfying fullness, because of something you once heard, once read, or once believed? Maybe it's time to rethink the egg, not as a threat, but as a balanced, nutritious food when enjoyed in moderation that can actually support your health rather than sabotage it. The choice, of course, is yours, but as your doctor and as someone who has seen too many people live in unnecessary fear, I encourage you, let's look at the facts, not just the fear. When you crack open an egg, what do you see? For most, it's just a simple breakfast, a white and yellow swirl of color. But beneath that fragile shell lies a complex nutritional powerhouse that sparked debates, fueled fitness journeys, and for some, triggered fear. Let's break it down. The egg white, also known as the albumin, is often celebrated as the safe part of the egg, pure, clean, and free from cholesterol. And it earns that reputation. Composed almost entirely of water and high-quality protein, egg whites contain minimal calories and virtually no fat. For fitness enthusiasts, bodybuilders, and anyone on a weight loss journey, egg whites are often the go-to choice. Why? Because they provide complete protein, packed with essential amino acids your body can't produce on its own. Protein is vital for building muscle, repairing tissues, and perhaps most importantly for dieters, keeping you full and satisfied. That's the psychological magic of protein. It doesn't just feed your muscles, it quiets your cravings. How many times have you felt the pull toward sugary snacks or carb-heavy meals just hours after eating? Adding protein-rich foods like egg whites can calm those cravings, stabilize blood sugar, and give you control back, control over your appetite, your choices, your health. And the best part, you can eat egg whites freely without the lingering fear of cholesterol. For those watching their fat intake or managing their weight, it feels like a guilt-free win. But what about the part of the egg that so many fear, the yolk? Egg yolks, the nutrient gold mine wrapped in controversy. The yolk, that rich, golden center, is where most people pause. It's the heart of the controversy, the reason why so many eggs are served minus their most nutritious part. Why? Because of cholesterol. One large egg yolk contains about 200 milligrams of cholesterol, enough to raise concern, especially for those with a family history of heart disease or high cholesterol. But here's the truth that often gets lost in the panic. The yolk is also where most of the egg's essential nutrients live. In our fear, we forget that nature packed the yolk with vitamins A, D, E, K, along with B vitamins, choline, selenium, and omega-3 fatty acids, nutrients vital for your brain, eyes, skin, immune system, and even mental health. Choline, for example, found abundantly in yolks, plays a critical role in brain development, memory, and mood regulation. Ironically, cutting out yolks might starve your brain of what it needs to thrive. And yes, the yolk contains both HDL good and LDL bad cholesterol. But the story isn't as simple as good versus bad. Studies show that for most healthy people, the cholesterol in egg yolks doesn't automatically clog arteries. In fact, it may help improve your HDL levels, balancing your cholesterol profile. Still, the psychological barrier remains. Many people, driven by fear and outdated health myths, discard the yolk, throwing away not just the cholesterol, but all the nutrients that could protect their vision, strengthen their bones, and support their brain. So what should you do? It comes down to balance and understanding. Egg whites are a fantastic tool for those focusing on protein and weight management. But don't be too quick to vilify the yolk. When consumed in moderation, the yolk offers a nutrient-rich package that your body and mind will thank you for. Remember, nature didn't design eggs by accident. Every part of it serves a purpose. Perhaps it's time to stop fearing the yolk and start embracing the egg, whole, balanced, and nourishing. Here are doctors' recommendations on how many eggs to eat to ensure good health without having to worry too much about how much and how we should eat. For healthy individuals, 1 egg a day is not only safe but beneficial. Here's the good news for the majority of healthy adults. Eating 1 egg per day is perfectly safe. In fact, many nutritionists and doctors, backed by decades of research, agree that a daily egg can fit beautifully into a balanced, healthy diet. Studies show that 1 egg a day has no significant impact on blood cholesterol levels or heart disease risk in healthy people. Why? Because the cholesterol you consume from food like eggs doesn't automatically translate to high cholesterol in your blood. Your liver, the body's cholesterol factory, actually adjusts its production based on what you eat. When you eat eggs in moderation, your body knows how to maintain balance. Even more importantly, that 1 daily egg delivers high-quality protein, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support your brain, eyes, skin, and immune system. In fact, many centenarians, people who live beyond 100, report eating eggs almost daily. It's not the villain it's made out to be, it's nourishment. For people with high blood fat or cholesterol, balance, not fear. Now, what if you're someone who's been diagnosed with high blood fat or hyperlipidemia? Maybe your doctor warned you about cholesterol. Maybe every time you look at an egg, you feel guilty or scared. Here's the truth you need to hear. You don't have to completely eliminate eggs from your diet. Cutting eggs out entirely is unnecessary, and you could be missing out on vital nutrients your body needs to heal and function. The general recommendation for people with high blood fat is 2 to 3 whole eggs per week. Yes, you heard that right, per week. And no, that small amount won't push your cholesterol through the roof. In fact, eaten in moderation, those few eggs can still provide you with choline for brain health, lutein and zeaxanthin for eye protection, and essential amino acids for muscle strength. The key is balance and pairing your egg intake with a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil or avocados. When your overall diet is heart-friendly, those 2 to 3 eggs a week will do far more good than harm. There's something powerful about hearing this from a doctor's perspective, someone who has seen firsthand how food fears can lead to unnecessary stress. Food should nourish you, not scare you. And with eggs, it's time to break free from that fear. Whether you're healthy or managing high cholesterol, you don't need to avoid eggs like the plague. You just need to eat them mindfully. So tomorrow morning, if you're staring at an egg and wondering if it's friend or foe, remember this: it's fuel, packed with nutrients, and it's okay. Like anything in life, it's the dose that makes the poison. And in this case, a balanced dose can be exactly what your body needs. In the end, eggs, a simple, familiar food we've known since childhood, often carry a weight of confusion and fear. But the truth is, eggs are one of the most complete, nutritious foods nature offers us. It's not about cutting them out, but about understanding how to use them wisely. Egg whites are your ally, pure protein, low in calories, and perfectly safe to enjoy freely, especially for those focusing on fitness or weight management. They fuel your muscles and help curb cravings. Egg yolks, rich in essential nutrients, should be approached with care, not fear. If you're healthy, savor 1 a day without guilt. If you have concerns like high cholesterol, 2 to 3 yolks a week can still nourish your body without harm. The secret lies in moderation, not elimination. Remember, no single food will define your health. It's the choices you make daily, the balance you create. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next health tips that could change the way you live and eat. Take control of your health, one informed decision at a time.